Good evening. This is going to be an unpackaging video for Dice Throne. Now I know I'm a little late to this, and I'm completely ignorant on the play mechanics of this game. I just know that it's blew up online, was a successful Kickstarter I believe, and they're currently doing a Kickstarter for the expansion. Now I've been at a game convention all weekend. We'll be going back tomorrow. I plan on bringing this game with me so I can hopefully play it. So I got kind of lucky. I was at DungeonCon and was a bit uninspired, and there was a lot of people there, a lot of people having fun. So I decided to leave early. I had another job to do, but also at my favorite game store, like the day before leaving for DungeonCon, they had their quarterly discount sale, and they also allow you to sell your old games for credit there. And I figured, I'm not gonna go game crazy and buy a bunch of games at DungeonCon, but rather I'll come home and see how much credit I have. And luckily, this was the single copy they had there, so I picked it up right away. I'm going to have a cool game to play, and hopefully have people to play with tomorrow at DungeonCon. So let's open it up and check it out. There's a little fold there. I'm going to try to get that rather than hit the seam between the box top and the box, thereby hopefully not scraping anything. I believe I already checked the back, but just in case. Let's see if it says anything about the game or gameplay. Just how to play. No real background or anything like that. Play a 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, or 3 for all. It's 30 dice components, 6 different heroes, health dials, 192 cards, 72 status effect tokens. That's a lot of tokens. Sounds like this game is full of chit. That was chit with a CH. 30 to 40 minutes to play, 2 to 4 players, ages 5 to adults. Okay, so it looks like first we have the hero cards. Let's see if I can prop this up a little better. There we go. So we have the Shadow Thief. These double-sided? No. Right. Positive status effect. When a player with his token is damaged as a result of an opponent's offensive roll phase, no damage is received and no defense is made. Although the attack still succeeds and other effects may apply, discard this token after the affected player starts and concludes a single turn while under its effects. Positive status effects, sneak attack. A player with this token may spend it at the conclusion of their offensive roll phase to roll a 1 d6 and add the value of that die to their damage total. This effect cannot be applied to collateral damage. Poison, negative status effect. And this one has a stack limit of 3. I'm not sure what that means, I'm sorry. A player affected with this token is dealt 1 damage per poison token during the upkeep phase of their turn. Persistent. Nice. Is this a quote by the hero here? Let's see. No con is successful without a well thought out plan. Neither will the Shadow Thief be in battle without one, and doesn't like to end things quickly. He prefers running the long con, increasing his wealth, poisoning his foes, hiding and striking from the shadows. That's his style. If allowed to reach the conclusion of his complicated game plan, his victims will find themselves in utter ruin. Not bad. And I guess that's what his dice look like. We have the Pyromancer. Let's see. She has a negative status effect of burn that does not stack. A player afflicted with this token is dealt 2 damage during the upkeep phase of their turn. Persistent. Knockdown, negative status effect, does not attack. To remove this token, a player afflicted with it must spend 2 CP before the start of their offensive roll phase. If the player does not, they must skip their offensive roll phase and then remove this token. Fire Mastery, positive status effect. A player with this token must cool off during their upkeep phase, i.e. remove 1 Fire Mastery token. Stun, negative status effect, does not stack. I don't believe I mentioned it, I'm sorry. The Fire Mastery has a stack limit of 5. A player afflicted with this token may take no actions of any kind, i.e. no cards may be played, no defense may be made, no status tokens or passive abilities may be used, etc. After the attack concludes, the player who inflicted stun removes the token and immediately targets the same opponent with an additional offensive roll phase. This opponent is removed from the battlefield. This additional offensive roll phase is forfeit. Wow. Sounds pretty maney. The Pyromancer is known for her defensive capabilities as a firm believer in the best defense is a good offense. Why bother? She's a true fire master capable of creating blazing combustion and calling forth meteor showers that will make quick work of even the mightiest opponent. Nice. Next one up we have the Paladin. What do we have? Positive status effect does not stack. The next time a player... Oh, it's called Blessing of Divinity. The next time a player or team affected by this token would have their health reduced to 0, remove this token and set their health to 1 instead. This token may not be removed, transferred, or stolen by any other means. Interesting. So this is a healing thing, I guess, or something to keep your ally alive. Retribution, positive status effect, does not stack. This token may be spent after being attacked as a result of an opponent's offensive roll phase to deal half the incoming damage rounded up back to the attacker. Nice. So it's like what, a reaction? There's a better word for it, I'm sorry. Crit, positive status effect, does not stack. If a player with this token is dealing at least 5 damage as a result of their offensive roll phase, this token may be spent to add plus 4 damage. This effect cannot be applied to collateral damage. Wow. It's kind of a bruiser, huh? Protect, positive status effect. A player with this token may spend it at any time to reduce incoming damage by half, rounded up. Accuracy, a player with this token may spend it at the conclusion of their offensive roll to make their attack undefendable. Then his little quote or description or whatever. Through righteousness, the Paladin's sword strikes hard and true. Through faithful devotion, he's capable of celestial defense. The Paladin wades into all battle assured that the divine is with him and that victory is his sovereign right. That's what his dice look like. Sounds like, I'm completely ignorant on these things, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like this character is more well-versed for team play. Next up we have the Monk. That's what his dice looks like, his dice pool, there we go. Evasive, positive status effect, stack limit 3. When a player with evasive receives damage, they may choose to spend this token. If spent, roll 1d6. If the outcome is 1 or 2, no damage is received, although other associated effects may still apply. Multiple evasive tokens may be spent in an attempt to prevent the same source of damage. Nice. Chi. I know some people pronounce it Ki. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it phonetically. Chi tokens may be spent at any time to reduce incoming damage by 1 per token. Alternatively, your offensive roll phase attack would deal damage. You may spend a Chi token to increase that damage by 1. Chi may not be used to increase damage the turn that it is gained. Knockdown, negative status effect, does not stack. To remove this token, a player affected with it must spend 2 CP before the start of their offensive roll phase. If the player does not, they must skip their offensive roll phase and then remove this token. Cleanse, positive status effect, stack limit 3. A player with this token may spend it at any time to remove a single status effect from themselves. And his little character description here is, with a calm born from a lifetime of peace and serenity, the monk has harnessed his chi, making him capable of standing firm in the face of any attack or unleashing a maelstrom of pain upon all who oppose him. Be wary, for the monk is not only the calm before the storm, but he is the storm itself. That's lovely. I think I know the first character I'm going to play. Next up, we have a moon elf. That's what a dice pool looks like. Negative status effect, blind, does not stack. The next time a player afflicted with his token concludes their offensive roll phase, the player must first roll 1 die, d6. If the result of the die is 1 or 2, their offensive roll phase has no effect of any kind, otherwise it proceeds normally. Either way, remove this token at the conclusion of the roll phase. Entangle does not stack. A player afflicted with this token gets 1 fewer roll attempts during their next offensive roll phase. At the conclusion of the roll phase, remove this token. Evasive, positive status effect. When a player with evasive receives damage, they may choose to spend this token. If spent, roll 1d6. If the outcome is 1 or 2, no damage is received, although other associated effects may still apply. Multiple evasive tokens may be spent in an attempt to prevent. Okay, somebody else has this ability. Targeted does not stack. When a player afflicted with this token is damaged as a result of an opponent's offensive roll phase, add +2 to the damage total. Persistent. The Moon Elf's description is, the Moon Elf's damage may not match hit for hit with many opponents. However, her ability to repeatedly dodge attacks while simultaneously using the power of the moon to blind and entangle their foes makes her a frustratingly dangerous opponent to face. And it looks like this is the final character here. This is the Barbarian. Looks like he's quite powerful. He doesn't have that many abilities, so I'm guessing he does a lot of damage. This is what his dice pool looks like. Concussion, negative status effect. A player inflicted with this token must skip their income phase and then remove this token. A player stun, negative status effect, does not stack. A player afflicted with this token may take no actions of any kind. No cards may be played, no defense may be made, no status tokens. Okay, this is an effect we've read before. After the attack concludes, the player who inflicted stun removes a token and then immediately targets the same opponent with an additional offensive roll phase. If this opponent is removed from the battlefield, this additional offensive roll phase is forfeit. Alright, so those are some pretty neat looking characters. Let's look inside the box now. We'll look at the opponents. The instructions last. Here is a chit sheet of all the different status tokens, I'm guessing. Here's the board. Looks quite large. Let's see. Or no, I'm sorry, these are separate boards. Okay. Doesn't fold out. Silly me. So this is the one for the monk. This is the one for the shadow thief. The barbarian. The moon elf. The paladin. And the pyromancer. Scorch the earth. I like that. Alright. Now, as I'm sure you've already seen through some of the online reviews or whatever, each character has a separate little box to hold all their things. Here's the dice. Their life dial, I guess. Combat points. Okay, it's their combat points. This was already put together for you. It's not something you have to do yourself. This is their health counter. Really nice. And their deck of cards. And it looks like they have, yeah, there's even a recess in here to add their status tokens. Quite nice. Come on, come on. Now, normally, I would probably go through each of the, always want to call them opponents, I'm sorry, each character's deck and do a brief read through or just look through them. And, well, not only am I a bit excited to try to learn this game before tomorrow morning, but also I have a ton of footage and pictures I have to upload for my job. But let's look at the instructions really quick. If somebody requests that I do a read-through of the cards, though, of the decks of cards for each character, I'm more than happy to. Let's see. Rules of play for Dice Throne. For 1,000 years, the Mad King has sat atop his high throne, seeking a worthy challenge. I'm sorry. Each year, he hosts a tournament of champions with the greatest prize a hero could ever want, the throne. But over 1,000 years of tournaments, the Mad King has never lost. Heroes from all corners of the globe, each with their own reasons for seeking supreme power. Heroes come from all corners of the globe, each with their own reason for seeking supreme power. Will you be the one bold enough to take the throne? And it's dicethrone.com. I'm sure they'll be able to answer all your questions on there or something. Nice. Everything's in color. Shows you the status tokens to put in each character's plastic shell. Free comic. Huh. Video tutorials. That's interesting. A comic book would be great for this game. Turn order. Get to know your hero board. Health. Leaflets. Status effects. Card types. Action cards. Card timing. Setup. Example of a round. Continued game variations. Huh. Nice. General glossary. Right, I have a lot of things to upload right now. I'll be taking more footage of DungeonCon tomorrow, hopefully of me actually playing this game with some new friends. Thanks a lot.